Right now, you're either on top of the world or completely burnt out, and both states are driving you crazy. What if I told you that fighting this natural cycle is the one thing keeping you trapped in endless frustration? Welcome back to our Alchemy of Purpose series. In previous videos, we've shattered limiting beliefs, faced ego death, discovered how your inner world creates reality, and confronted your shadow. Today, we're unlocking the master key that governs everything, the law of rhythm. And I'm going to show you the ancient Stoic techniques that will transform you from a victim of life's ups and downs into a master who surfs every wave with unshakable confidence. Let me guess what happened to you this week. Maybe it was Monday. You woke up feeling unstoppable. Ideas were flowing, energy was high, everything clicked. You thought, finally, I've got my life together. Then Wednesday hit like a brick wall. The motivation vanished. That project that felt effortless suddenly felt impossible. You stared at your screen thinking, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just stay consistent? Or maybe you're in the opposite phase right now. You've been grinding for weeks, pushing through the resistance, forcing productivity when every cell in your body is screaming for rest. You look at those Instagram success stories and think, they never seem to struggle. They're always motivated. I must be broken. And the worst part? You start questioning everything. Maybe you're not cut out for success. Maybe you don't have what it takes. Maybe everyone else got a manual for life that you never received. You start wondering if there's something fundamentally wrong with you. Sound familiar? Here's what's really happening. You're exhausted from fighting a war you can never win. You're trying to maintain constant productivity in a universe that runs on cycles. You're demanding endless motivation from a brain that needs recovery. You're expecting perpetual happiness from a heart that grows through contrast. This isn't just about work. Your relationships cycle through seasons of connection and distance, and you panic when passion dims. Your health fluctuates between vitality and fatigue, and you judge yourself for needing rest. Your finances ebb and flow, and you think you're failing when abundance temporarily retreats. The problem isn't that you're weak, lazy, or lacking willpower. The problem is that nobody taught you about the law of rhythm, one of the most fundamental forces governing all existence. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. Your heartbeat, your breathing, the seasons, day and night, your energy, your emotions, everything follows this pattern. Yet we live in a culture that worships the upswing and demonizes the downswing. We're told successful people never have bad days, never doubt themselves, never need recovery. This lie is destroying us. We're swimming against a cosmic riptide instead of learning to surf the waves. But here's what nobody tells you. The rhythm isn't your enemy. It's the very mechanism through which all growth, creativity, and transformation occurs. And once you learn to work with it instead of against it, you become unstoppable. So let me break down exactly how the ancient Stoics mastered this. They discovered something profound. While you cannot control the rhythm, you can master your relationship to it. They developed a complete system that I'm going to share with you right now. First, you need to understand that you're experiencing 3 types of rhythms simultaneously. Your daily rhythm. Science now confirms what the Stoics knew 2,000 years ago. Your brain operates in 90-minute cycles. For 90 minutes, you can focus intensely. Then, you need 20 minutes of recovery. Marcus Aurelius structured his entire day around these natural cycles: intense focus followed by reflection, action followed by contemplation. Then, there's your weekly rhythm. Monday motivation, Wednesday peak performance, Friday fade. This isn't random. Your nervous system follows predictable weekly patterns. The Stoics called this the rhythm of engagement and withdrawal and planned their most important work accordingly. And finally, your seasonal rhythm. Just like nature, you have seasons of expansion and contraction, creation and integration. Some people are naturally more energetic in spring and summer, more reflective in fall and winter. The key is knowing yours and honoring it. Modern neuroscience confirms what the Stoics knew. Our brains literally operate in these predictable cycles. Now, once you understand these rhythms, the Stoics had a specific response framework. When you're in a high-energy phase, they taught 3 principles. Use it wisely. Don't waste peak energy on low-value activities. Prepare for the shift. Set up systems that will support you during the inevitable low phase. And don't cling. Enjoy it fully, but hold it lightly. When you're in a low energy phase, they had a different approach. Accept without resistance. It's not a problem to solve, it's a natural phase to honor. Use it strategically. This is your time for reflection, planning, and restoration. And trust the process. Every low phase is preparing you for a higher high. But how do you actually implement this? Here's your daily toolkit. Start each morning with what I call the rhythm check. Ask yourself, where am I in my rhythm right now? Rate your energy, mental clarity, and emotional state from 1 to 10. Then, plan your day accordingly. High numbers, tackle your most important creative work. Low numbers, focus on restoration and preparation. End each day with the Stoic evening review. Marcus Aurelius did this religiously. Ask yourself, did I work with my rhythm or against it today? What did I learn about my patterns? This isn't self-judgment, it's self-awareness that compounds over time. And before you say, I don't have time to track all this, the morning rhythm check takes 30 seconds. The evening review takes 2 minutes. You're already spending hours fighting your rhythm. This saves you time. Let me show you exactly how this works in practice. I want to tell you about Jake, a software developer who was about to quit his dream job. For months, Jake had been forcing himself to code during his natural low-energy afternoons, then wondering why he felt like a fraud when his productivity tanked. He'd compare himself to his colleague, who seemed to pump out features effortlessly all day long. Jake was convinced he wasn't cut out for tech. Then he discovered the Stoic system. He started with the morning rhythm check, rating his energy, clarity, and emotional state each day. Within 2 weeks, he noticed a clear pattern. His peak creative hours were 6 to 9 a.m. His energy dipped around 2 p.m., then resurged around 7 p.m. Instead of fighting this, Jake restructured everything. He started arriving at work early to tackle his most complex coding during his morning peak. During his 2 p.m. energy dip, instead of forcing himself to write code, he used this time for the Stoic evening review, planning tomorrow's priorities and responding to emails. His evening energy surge became his time for learning new technologies and side projects. The transformation was remarkable. Within a month, Jake's code quality improved dramatically. His manager noticed and offered him a promotion. But more importantly, Jake stopped feeling like he was constantly swimming upstream. He learned to surf his own rhythm instead of drowning in it. The breakthrough moment came when Jake realized his lazy afternoon periods weren't failures. They were his brain's natural integration time, processing the morning's complex problem-solving. By honoring this rhythm instead of fighting it, he became the developer he always knew he could be. Jake's story shows exactly how the morning rhythm check and evening review work together to create sustainable high performance. He stopped comparing his rhythm to others and started optimizing his own unique pattern. That's the power of working with your natural flow instead of against it. Jake isn't unique. I've seen this same transformation in entrepreneurs, teachers, parents, and artists who learn to work with their rhythm instead of against it. Jake's story is inspiring, but here's the thing. He almost gave up because he fell into the same 4 traps that derail most people. Let me show you what they are so you can avoid them. The first trap is what I call the productivity trap. You know that exact moment when you're mentally exhausted, but you force yourself to tackle that important project anyway? You sit there, staring at the screen, getting frustrated because nothing's flowing, beating yourself up for being lazy. But you're not lazy, you're trying to plant seeds in winter. Your brain is in integration mode, processing everything from your last high-energy phase. Instead of fighting it, use this time for reflection, planning, organizing your thoughts. Stop forcing creativity when you need rest. The second trap is the peak hour waste. This one stings because we've all done it. It's Tuesday morning, you're feeling sharp and energized. Prime creative time. But instead of tackling your most important work, you spend 2 hours answering emails and scrolling social media. By the time you get to the meaningful stuff, your peak energy is gone. It's like using premium fuel to idle in traffic. Protect your best hours like sacred time. Then there's the personal attack trap. Your energy crashes, your motivation disappears, and suddenly you're telling yourself stories. I'm not disciplined enough. I'm not cut out for this. Everyone else has it figured out except me. Stop right there. Your rhythm shifting isn't a character flaw, it's physics. The ocean doesn't apologize for having tides. When you stop taking it personally, you stop wasting energy on self-judgment. And finally, The comparison game. You see someone posting about their 5 a.m. workout routine while you can barely get out of bed, and you think something's wrong with you. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel, and worse, you're comparing your rhythm to theirs. Some people are natural larks, others are night owls. Your job isn't to copy someone else's rhythm, it's to master your own. The beautiful thing is, once you recognize these traps, you can't unsee them. And that awareness alone will start shifting how you move through your days. But now I want to share with you the most advanced technique the masters knew. This is the secret that separates those who just understand rhythm from those who truly master it. While you cannot control the rhythm, you can choose your relationship to it. Imagine you're on a ship in stormy seas. If you stay on deck, every wave tosses you around. But climb to the crow's nest, and you can observe the storm without being overwhelmed by it. This is what you're learning to do with your consciousness. You develop what I call your observer self, the part of you that watches the rhythm without being completely identified with it. When you're in a low phase, your observer self says, "I notice I'm in an integration phase. This is temporary and necessary." When you're high, it says, "I'm enjoying this creative surge and using it wisely." And when everything feels chaotic, here's your emergency technique, the 5-minute rhythm reset. Stop, breathe, ask, what phase am I in right now? What does this phase need from me? Then, adjust your expectations and actions accordingly. This simple technique will save you hours of fighting against your natural flow. Picture this exact moment. It's 6 months from now. You wake up on a Wednesday morning feeling low energy. And instead of panic, you smile. You know exactly what this phase needs from you. You grab your journal, make some tea, and spend 30 minutes planning your next big project. You're not forcing creativity, you're preparing for it. Later that day, a colleague complains about their motivation being gone. You share what you've learned, and they look at you like you've just handed them the secret to life. Because in a way, you have. You've become someone who moves through life like a master surfer. You read the waves before they hit. You position yourself perfectly for each phase. When the big waves come, you're ready. When it's time to rest between sets, you restore completely. You're no longer fighting the ocean, you're dancing with it. This changes everything, because your work becomes effortless. You're working with your natural rhythms instead of against them. Your relationships deepen because you understand that love has seasons and each season serves growth. Your health improves because you honor your body's need for both challenge and recovery. Your inner peace becomes unshakable because you're no longer at war with the natural flow of existence. You've discovered what the Stoics called becoming undefeatable, not because nothing can touch you, but because you've learned to find strength and purpose in every phase of the cycle. The law of rhythm isn't your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. It's showing you that mastery isn't about maintaining permanent states of high performance. It's about learning to find your center within the dance, your purpose within the flow, your strength within every phase of the cycle. Every low period is preparing you for a higher high. Every challenge is strengthening your character. Every apparent setback is setting you up for a greater comeback, but only when you learn to work with the rhythm instead of against it. Your Ikigai, your reason for being, isn't found in the highs or the lows. It's found in your unique way of dancing with the rhythm of existence. When you stop resisting the natural ebb and flow of life, you discover something remarkable. You become anti-fragile. You don't just survive the storms, you grow stronger because of them. Listen carefully. You are not broken when you're in a low phase. You're integrating. You are not failing when motivation wanes. You're preparing. You are not behind when others seem to be moving faster. You're exactly where you need to be in the rhythm of your becoming. The cost of ignoring this? Years more of exhausting yourself, burning out repeatedly, and wondering why success feels so hard. The benefit of mastering it? A life of effortless productivity, unshakable peace, and deep fulfillment. Trust the process. Honor the cycle. Find your center within the dance. This is just the beginning of your alchemical transformation. You now have the master key. Use it wisely. If you're ready to stop fighting the rhythm and start mastering it, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Next week, We're diving into Burn the Old Self, and here's why this connects perfectly to what we just learned. Voluntary discomfort is actually a way to consciously work with your rhythm, building resilience during your natural low phases so your high phases become even more powerful.